Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Brian and you're watching Build a Place. My current project is this shed that's behind me. It's an 8x8 shed. The project's going to entail removing all the siding, leaving the soffit and fascia, but I'm going to remove the siding and put new siding that matches the siding that I have replaced just last year on the house. I had extra siding left over from that project, so best thing to do is use it up. So it's going to be on here. So let's go to work. To remove the siding, I'm going to be using this 4-tine digging fork. It works really good, so I just go in, find a spot like here where there's a seam, start ripping. It works fairly quickly. Start working your way up. Doesn't take long at all to get the siding off. Taking it down. So we get the sail. Good idea to wear some gloves and safety glasses always. You never know what's going to come popping out. And the siding does get a little bit, maybe some sharp edges if you're pulling on it. Got almost halfway up. Just a couple minutes. So much ends up being the fastest part. Then when it comes time to put the siding on, that takes a little bit of time, but this goes real fast. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, we don't want to damage the soffit. I'll probably need a ladder. Get up there and last of it. I have to pick it up and unzip it. To get it started. Put the gloves back on. I'm probably going to need a ladder on this side. I'm going to need a ladder that high. This up It's a little bit of a workout, but not bad. There we go. We have this piece here. Okay, I'm going to pick up this mess here. No, I have to get the ladder to get the last of that up there, but I think you got the gist on how to use a digging spade to remove siding. And these nails, I can take them out if I want now, or bang them in flush. I don't think it's really going to matter if they're there or not. I've always tried to get into a stud, so maybe a couple of them aren't into studs, but I'd just bang them in the rest of the way, or just hold that OSB board in better. So I'm going to continue doing this, get it all cleaned up, and then we'll set our corners and start a strip. And ready to start running siding up. As you can see, I already have the starter strip put in because I'm starting to put some courses of siding. Got the trim around the windows, the corner pieces put on. I figured there's no use me showing you how to do that. There are so many people out there that have videos on putting up siding. So I was only going to show you the couple little things that I do different than what they do. So the first thing I want to discuss is on my house, I was doing the siding all by myself. So I needed a way to take measurements. So I created a 100-inch exactly measuring stick. And I used that to help when I needed to cut things that were fairly long, because you take a tape measure and you start rolling it out. It's okay about 4 feet. Get much more than that, it has a tendency, sometimes I'll try to get it to do that. So once it does that, you can't make the measurements. So if you put this out 100 inches, then you can take from the other side and take the measurement you want, and it makes it so much easier. Now, that's a little bit much for this, because this building's only 8 feet, so 98 inches is all the building is. So what I have is another one that's 15 inches. So I'm going to show you how I use that to take a measurement so I don't have to try to string the thing out all the way. So I'm going to change the camera angle, and we'll take that, or I'll show you that technique. The way I use this measuring stick, this is a 50-inch one. I'll just set it right on top of the last piece of siding, and normally it'll just kind of stay to that. This piece will kind of hold it in there, or have to hold it, try to put some pressure on it, but stay on its own. Then I go to the other inside the channel on the corner mold and measure down, and I'm seeing 45, and I'm going to say 3/8 of an inch. So that distance between there, add the 50 inches, that's 95 and 3/8. Yeah, that's 95 and 3/8 between the ends. So all you have to do is subtract the expansion allowance for the siding based on where the temperature is. So let's go over and cut this piece of siding. And I got another technique that I use for cutting siding too that I haven't really seen anyone else use. Now that I got my length I need, so all I got to do is subtract for expansion, and I'll mark my piece material where I want to make the cut. And right there, where I want to make the cut. And as a guide, I'm going to use this square. I bought this from Harbor Freight. It's just an oversized square, rafter square, whatever you want to call it. Speed square. Works great to use as a guide for the saw. I'm just using my old DeWalt cordless. I have a blade in there that's a basic plywood blade mounted backwards, and I'll use this edge here of my speed square and the edge of the shoe on the circle saw. So that'll be where my cut's going to be. I'm going to try to hold everything together and keep this saw on this edge. Make this. I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm using a box of siding came in as a cutting platform. It works really good. You see it's got multiple cuts in it. The nice thing about this is after you've made a bunch of cuts and it starts getting bad, you just throw it away or get rid of it and get another box. You get every 2 square, you get a new box. So if you're doing a large job, you're going to have a lot of these laying around, and they just work perfect for, because the same length of siding, so you can make cuts wherever along the siding. And I just recently finished up my house, and this is how I cut pretty much all my siding on just siding soffit and all the final products. Cut it right on an old box. That's it for Build a Place today. The project is done. I like how it turned out. The siding looks really nice. It matches what I have on the house now. So pretty easy doing this small project like this. But one thing that I've learned over the years is working alone, so I purchased this book. Well, first off, let me start. I got this book from the library, and I checked it out probably half a dozen times. And then one year for Christmas, I got this as a Christmas present, and it's a great book. It's telling you some tips that the author has used when he worked alone as a contractor. So that's helped me building several projects with this book. It's Working Alone, Tips and Techniques for Solo Building. It's by John Carroll. I think it's still in print, so you can get it from Amazon or wherever you get your books. It's helped me out a lot because I typically do a lot of things by myself. I don't have many people that are here helping me doing these projects. So the measuring stick that I used on the video, it was a 50-inch one. I also made a 100-inch one. I think I showed you that. It came right out of this book. He's the person that he made his out of a piece of wood, and that's how he measured distances over 100-inch easily without trying to use a tape measure. I just modified and made a shorter one for this video. It was a 50-inch one, so that worked out well on these shorter panels. This is an 8-foot long piece, so I could set that. You've seen I set that measuring stick right in the top of the siding and made an accurate measurement so I could determine my expansion gap that I need to keep on the siding and I got the exact length, and then I can subtract my expansion distance that I wanted to keep. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you like what you see on my channel, consider subscribing to my channel. Leave comments. I try to reply to all the comments that I get on my channel. So until the next one, see you later.